Marhaban, Anaishmi, myuni. Hi guys, welcome to my channel if you're new here, and welcome back if you're not. That is not my intro. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Anyways, as you can see in the title, I'm gonna be doing my January recap as well as my February goals, so let's just get right into it. For January, I think January was quite the productive month. I didn't do a lot of things that I wanted to do, but I also did a lot of things that I didn't think I would do, and I have written some things on my iPad here with things that I reflected on, things I could do better, things I did well, so I'm just gonna talk you guys through it. So one thing I was really proud of myself for doing this month was studying every single day, except for this one day. It was just I can remember it vividly. It was such a bad day. Other than for that day, I studied every day for 2 hours, and 2 hours wasn't even my limit. I would study even more if I had the time. And I'm including things like consuming content, reading books, doing Duolingo, doing Lingo Dear, actually sitting down to write notes and study, which is what I did a lot. This month was a French focus month. For French, I started from the beginning for grammar. Like I started, even though I knew those grammar points, I wanted to solidify them in my brain, and I just started writing down notes, doing the practice problems inside the textbook, and that's what I did for most of the month. I also learned a few new vocabulary words, and the second language that I have been focusing a lot this month on is Arabic, but I feel like I need to do more with Arabic right now. With Arabic, I do have a textbook for Arabic, which I'm not able to use just yet because I cannot read the alphabet comfortably when the words are connected, or if it's not like on Duolingo or Lingo Dear. So right now I'm trying to practice reading the word on textbook so I can start practicing grammar. That's something I really want to do next month. So I kept up my Duolingo streak, as you heard. I also started to dabble into Italian through Duolingo, so now every day on Duolingo I do Italian, I do French, I do Spanish, and then I do an Arabic lesson or two. Probably even more, honestly, because I'm trying to keep up my place on the leaderboard right now because it's hard. Obsidian, I'm on the Obsidian level, and those people do not play. I also started on YouTube an Arabic channel to watch Arabic content, so I started watching this, I guess this drama, you could say, and I did not understand a word. I didn't even understand what was going on for the most part, but I did learn a couple of words. Like marhaban, I learned from that, but I was watching it. I was like listening for the pronunciation, trying to pick up words. There was no subs, so I couldn't even understand what was going on, but I was entertained. So the goals that I mentioned in my last video, which was my first video of the year, was to finish the book Into the Dark. I did not do that. Study 2 hours a day. I did do that. Read more books in my target languages, which I did start a book in French called, I think, Red Queen, Red Blood, something like that. And I have no idea what it's about, but it's giving fantasy, it's giving royalty so far. As I'm on like the second chapter, so don't like come for me if it's wrong, but I'm starting to read it, and I find that reading in French is such an easier read than reading in Spanish. And if I would just stop highlighting every other word that I don't know, I would get through the books much faster. I would have been done by now. Journal entries, I did do a couple of journal entries last month. I'm not gonna share them because they're like private, but I did do a couple, but I did not do them every day like I wanted to. I wanted to do like 5 minutes, sit down, do a journal entry every day, and I have not. So starting February 1st, I'm gonna try to be consistent with that. Another thing that I did not do that I wanted to do more of was speaking. I did do a couple of voice recordings throughout the month, but I did not do enough, and I wanted to do more, so that's something I need to work on. Since I'm already talking about my February goals, let's just get right into the rest of them. Alright, so recently I watched this video in Arabic with a bit of English subs. Thankfully, she put like a little bit. But she was talking about how she had learned English without ever living in an English country, like not really having any English speaking friends and stuff like that. And she said something that I really liked. She said that she practiced her skills for 5 minutes a day, every single day, no matter what. And that's something I want to incorporate in my own study. I feel like this is something I used to do, but I stopped doing when I became more inconsistent with my studies. Speaking, writing, and reading are the ones I'm going to really hone in on for this 5 minutes a day thing. So 15 minutes of my study session will be just that, and then for the rest of the 2 hours, just do whatever else I usually do. Another thing that I do is try to learn every single word that I don't know, which is bad. I know it's time consuming, and I was watching a YouTuber's video about that. She was talking about how to learn languages from content, and she said that a rule is to like write down 1 unknown word per minute and maybe have a list of like 10 or 20 words at the end, and I like that. So what I'm gonna do is for books, every chapter only 5 unknown words, and then for videos 1 or 2 words per minute, no more than that. I should not be leaving the video with more than like 10 words. And then for content, I did consume a lot of content this January, but I did not consume enough. I feel like I was watching more like things that I could have just, like, they weren't important. Like I could have spent my time watching something more productive, or watching something like those videos but in my target languages, because there are YouTubers who do those things in my target languages, and I need to write about it more in my content journal, so that will count as like my 5-minute writing practice. I could just, sometimes I would just post the screenshot of the video that I watch and then come back to it later and write about it. So that's what I'm gonna keep doing, but I'm gonna try to do it more on a daily basis voices. Also, I also learned this new technique. I guess it's a little bit like shadowing, but instead you'll dub it instead of like only shadowing, which is when you repeat the word after they say la la la, I say la, you say la. Now you can find a scene or a part of a video, whatever, you learn it, you try to speak just like the person speaking in the video, practice your pronunciation, enunciation, you try to practice your accent as well, and then you mute it, and then you try to do it all on your own in the exact same way and see how well do you do. And I really like that. I've never thought of that before, so I'm gonna try to incorporate that into my studies as well. I also want to use my TLs IRL more, so I've decided I'm gonna try to get back into my Hello Talk account and maybe try to find language partner for speaking. Maybe I might just do recording still, we'll see. Also, using IRL means using it in like videos and then using it when I'm journaling as well. I do this every single year. I mentioned that in my last video too. I do it every single year, but then I end up like recording something and I don't like it, or I made a mistake and I'm like, ugh, I don't want it, or I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like if I wouldn't watch a video, I shouldn't expect anyone else to watch it. I'm gonna do it soon, I promise. I'm just gonna have to like let go of the perfectionist in me. If I gain the confidence to do that in front of you guys, then I will get the confidence to do it in like public face to face. You know what I mean? I mentioned that I wanted to start working on Arabic grammar. That's a goal that I have for this month, to start working on Arabic grammar. I want to learn at least 5 grammar points that I can actually use. I remember when I started learning Korean, that's kind of where I started, learning like 5 basic grammar points. So I learned ita, ida, and then a couple of verbs as well. Kala, hada, kago, 있어, go ita, yeah, stuff like that. Things that I can start to use to make basic sentences. That's how I started learning Korean. And I mentioned in my last video that I'm trying to figure out how I learned Korean so I can start incorporating to my other languages so I can get as far as I did with Korean, because I did something right. I truly believe that, because if I can sit here and watch a K-drama with no subs, understand what's going on, I can sit here and respond to at least half of what someone is saying, even though if I understand more and I can't say what I want to say exactly or say it with advanced vocabulary, I can still get my point across, and that's something I'm really proud of. I've been trying to figure out how I did that so I can do it in every other language, so I'm going to keep doing that. And for the last goal that I have for February, I want to continue playing the Walking Dead video games, which is something I've been wanting to do since I was younger. There's so much about what I'm doing like these days. It's just me healing and providing for my inner child. I truly believe that. The Walking Dead series is something that I watch YouTubers like Corey Kenshin and Jacksepticeye and Markiplier play back way, especially Jacksepticeye and Markiplier. Corey Kenshin is more recent for me, but those two, I used to watch them play everything. And I didn't have the money to buy those consoles and the games, but now I do. Well, not really, but like now I have enough ways to save up to get what I want. And that's what I've been doing. And the Walking Dead games were on sale, so I got them. And now I want to replay them in Spanish, especially the New Frontier, which is the 3rd Walking Dead game. I think it's really cool. Last couple of goals. I want to finish Into the Dark. I really do. And now with my new rule in place, no more than 5 unknown words per chapter, I feel like I'm going to be able to finish it this time. And I'm just going to read it while like between classes, or when there's a break at work, or even when I just come home and I want to take a break. When I wake up first thing in the morning, instead of TikTok, I'm talking to my future self there, instead of TikTok, I can just read a page or 2. I'm not expecting myself to finish the French book just yet because I am in school now, but maybe during break. And as for my recap and goals for this coming month, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna try to update you guys throughout the month as well. Not update, but like show you guys what I'm doing these days, because I feel like just one video at the beginning of the month and one video at the end of the month is not enough. I want to do like a mid-month video where I either show you something or I talk about whatever, but I just want to do that. I want to have fun. I'm very excited to see what the next couple months bring, but as for February, that is it. And so thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you have any February goals you want to share it, go ahead and share them. If you have any January recaps that you want to share as well, you go ahead and share them. I love reading your stuff. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you later. Peace.